Hey, howdy everyone. Happy Sunday. Hope the weekend has given you some respite from an otherwise busy work week. And if you do work on the weekends, well, fucking good on you. Me too. At any rate, just getting back into our city here. Look at that. The joys of streaming live. Anyway, a little momentary hiccup on my stream there. But yeah, this is the new city I've been working on. Got a nice big industrial zone here. Obviously, we're using this area for some forestry projects. Looking pretty good so far. Recently just built this massive recycling complex because I was having some issues with the garbage. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to remedy that here shortly. You see this area's got a lot of garbage, and I'm not sure if it's just because the trucks can't make it out that way or what the issue actually is. You see our funds are kind of tanking here. We did take out a loan to make a citywide upgrade, actually specifically for that this recycling center here. So we are going to tank. Our funds are going to go bye-bye here for a few minutes till that loan goes up or our population goes up. Sort of an ebb and flow of things. There's a lot of traffic out through here. Definitely think this needs to be adjusted. But again, I think that's mostly due to the fact, so most of these are cells, but if you start connecting pieces in and around in different ways, then this traffic thinks that it's going to be faster to delineate through all the side streets, and it's just not the case. So we'll be evaluating this area here in a little bit. I want to check on our garbage resources and see what's going on here. Where are my trucks? Okay, they're making it out there. Got plenty of garbage resources. I think it might just be literally might just be a traffic issue. Hopefully that'll resolve itself here shortly. So let's see what we can do to adjust some taxation. Okay, we're already max tax rate too, so put that down.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
Increasing areas of forest are being engulfed by flames. The thick smoke rising from the fire makes the air dangerous to breathe. Citizens are advised to vacate any premises near the fires.
So we do have some busier roads, you know what I mean, but I don't think traffic looks like it's flowing pretty good. Really, I think the only problem I see is, oh my lord, what happened here? Oh, Jesus. Okay, dude, you're running the guy over. Hey. Okay. So you're lucky that they can phase through one another, because that was almost bad. Oh, alright. He's like, I need to go to the hospital. I guess they worked on that teleportation thing pretty quickly. I think we might have to make a bypass. Because there's just too much traffic going in and out of this area here. Putting in a couple buses, so it's the fucking taxis, man. I don't understand why there's so many taxis. It'd be nice to be able to, like, just disallow that shit. I need to make this road wider. That's going to be a few minutes, though. says it wants commercial, but so as long as we keep driving this population up, we'll be in pretty good shape. Definitely gonna have to, probably gonna have to delete this section here. These aren't connected. There's a lot of traffic. I feel like if we just adjusted this road slightly, it'd be a little bit easier. Traffic, because see what they're doing is they're taking a shortcut through here, or they're taking a shortcut down through here, and that's just mucking up all the works. We're gonna try this. We're just gonna see what happens. Be a little crazy for a second. A lot of people coming into this neighborhood. Definitely kind of clogged it up elsewhere. But I think once we gain some positive cash here, be in good shape. A little clogged up here too. Yeah, so this, we gotta fix this. Now I guess it's moving. I mean, what I do like about this is it does kind of gate the traffic a little bit, right? So like, they gotta slow down here, doesn't allow them to spill out too terribly much. Beachfront community. You know, it's odd. I have disasters on, but I haven't really experienced any disasters. I think a couple forest fires, but I've never had like earthquakes or floods or anything like that. I'm wondering if there's like some sort of bug. And so, gonna be working on the Skyline here shortly. But yeah, right now we're just kind of tanking in funds. As soon as we get the loan paid, we'll be in good shape, start building again. And so here's my industrial area here. Then you got some forestry services here. This is my main island for power, so I got a gas power plant. So obviously the pollution over this side is going to be pretty egregious, but I'm hoping that the spacing between here and down here will be enough that I can start building a skyline over here without it completely polluting everything out. And I guess this would be kind of like a downtown-ish area. But yeah, this is definitely getting a little too busy. I think we got a lot of people coming in from this side. So I think the appropriate course is I'm probably going to build a small little two-way highway, like a little bypass over here. Build a small bridge, knock these houses out, and then build a main road. So I'm going to take this. Where is this main road? So the problem is we got a lot of turns, right? So that makes it difficult. So I think what I'm going to do is take this guy, okay? We're going to create a straight avenue here, and then we're going to make that bypass over here. So being broke is kind of nice because it does allow you to spend some time thinking about what you're going to do next. But yeah, here we got this crazy little bypass here. Definitely a little wonky. You know, I like having fun with it. We could, we could do cookie cutter stuff all day. But yeah, you got our ins, and you got our outs.
Good to know, Jim. Seems like everyone is in a hurry to get somewhere fast. It's worth slowing
And then this
down.
just dumps right into the city.
You can plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than to have to start thinking about everything all the time.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the ads. Let's put on some, in my opinion, better tunes. Oh boy, water issues too. Shit. Well, that's less than ideal. Alright. Let's tax the corporations. Because we're definitely going to need water. Ooh, what do we have pop over here? I really like these square plazas. They're the living space / commercial buildings. A lot of times you'll see them in like smaller towns and stuff. We have like the business downstairs, but then you have living quarters upstairs. We could put some more of those actually. Like dual purpose. Alright, now hopefully those will start popping. So you'll notice I haven't implemented any highways yet. I really want to get the city laid out for the most part and then basically edit as needed. You know what I mean? So like if I have all these all set, then I can come back through and run a highway this way and run a highway this way. But I want to get the basic, a good grid laid out first and then move forward from there. Okay. Definitely not a fan of all the extra red icons. That's not ideal. All right. This is probably going to tank our economy here for a minute, but we're going to need some growth because that's going to be the worst. And we're maxed out on loans too. Yeah, without water, maxed out on loans. This is going to be a significant problem. What I don't understand is it seems like I have plenty of water output. So why What's with the drought, I guess, is the question, right? So yeah, a lot of people will get into this point and they'll like start freaking out because they're like, oh, you know, I'm losing so much money, right? But I think after you get the loans paid off, you'll start reaching a point of equilibrium, and then this will jack right back up. And again, I've set my taxation really low. You know, I'm trying to encourage some growth, but the issue becomes not having water. So you just have to wait for the game to kind of reach an equilibrium point. Obviously, swinging things too far one way or too far the other can make the time for that a lot longer. So the mistake I made is I had swung too far too fast, basically. But it'll take some time, but we'll get there. If you look at loans, services. Oh, you know what else too? You can turn some of this stuff down. I did boost some of my things. So this is real life, man. This is what happens. They're like, oh no, our budget is tanking. Let's cut funding to healthcare and education. Yeah, so at this point, you just, all right, it's time to kick back for a minute, grab something to drink, make a cup of coffee, you know what I mean? Because it's going to get worse before it gets better. But some people just don't have the patience to do that, and then they wind up stopping the build. It's just like, just let it do its thing. It looks bad, and indeed it is pretty bad, but at some point it will reach an equilibrium. So, and that's what's killing me right there. But again, as time progresses, that'll drop, income will increase, the loan balance will decrease, and then you'll be back in business. I'm actually not too bad from a break-even point if it wasn't for this loan. Why do you pay your bills? Don't let that shit get out of hand. Except for student loans and medical debt, because, yeah, fuck all that. They can fuck a hat. Yeah, you know, if somebody's watching you, don't be afraid to say hey in the chat. You know, I'm not gonna jump out of the screen at you. Right? It's like, hey, you know, I'm perfectly content rambling to myself, but you know, what the fuck's going on in your world, right? It's like, Jesus, enough about me, guys. What do you got going on? You'll probably hear like random clicks and clacks. My headphones are on the out, but I'm too frugal. Not going to use the word cheap. I'm too frugal to actually buy them because they're not completely dead. So I figure, you know, once they stop working, then I'll probably get something. Hey, Paul, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely that highway that I planned. I planned it for a much smaller section of the city, and now that city has progressed a little bit larger. So yeah, this right here is bad for sure. So like, I don't know if you were on stream earlier, but yeah, I'm gonna take this stuff here and I'm gonna make, once I get the city laid out a little bit better, I'm actually gonna make a bypass. So I'm gonna make a one way that comes up and dumps into this like downtown area, like the coastal area, and then I'm gonna make another on ramp and then cut through the city and then dump it back here. And that should at least alleviate the problems for the most part. With this game, I feel like you don't ever really win. You just try to do a little bit better each time. I think my largest city was like 315,000 or something crazy. But you get to a point where you're like, the traffic is completely clogged. You have so many lines going so many different places, which is again why I'm building a whole nother city, you know. Yeah, this water issue is a problem. Why is my chat all weird? So I love OBS, don't get me wrong, but my word. Yeah, I have a pretty substantial PC, and if I load up my largest city that I have, it turns it into a slideshow. Like it's pretty bad. There we go. So this is the bounce I was looking for. I think they must have changed the water mechanics, because it used to be you could just have a bunch of pumps laying somewhere and it would distribute it through the entire city. But now I think they work it like they do power, where you actually have to have a specific committed grid. Does that sound right? I try to build in cells. So if you notice, so this is its own kind of community right here, right? So usually, and I don't know why that's there, but usually there's no way for this traffic to interact with this traffic. So they come down and around and they go into their own little cell. And so that's kind of what I've done here as well. But again, there's just so many people that are coming off of this highway right here that it's not likely to be a very smooth ride. It does look like our garbage concerns are going down a little bit, which I think has a lot to do with our facilities here. So we're definitely processing enough. It's just taking some time because of both the traffic. You know, $280,000 in debt. It's not too bad. Some people are in that much debt in real life, and that's fucking scary. So there, Paul. Do you play a lot of Cities games? Do you do any streaming? What are you getting into? What are you up to? Also, just thanks for dropping by too. I'm always excited when somebody stops in to say hi, so I appreciate you. Like, I have fun either way, but nobody likes streaming to nobody, you know what I mean? So here you can kind of see, I got a couple of bus lines. I need to expand my bus line a little bit too. I think that'll probably help. Also, what is with the taxis, man? I have 0 taxi depots and there's just so many taxis. Why? Like, that's obscene, man. Oh yeah, Cities 1 is great. I mean, I'll still fire up Cities 1 from time to time. Still super buggy. I think too that, you know, like just having like the modding community come out for Cities 1 was great. I haven't looked in. I play vanilla games. I don't mess with the mods. Occasionally I might put like a quality of life mod on or something like that, but yeah, I think those taxis are definitely coming in from outside connections. But man, you know, take a bus, guys. Good lord. You are clogging up my city streets. Yeah, cities. I started city building back in SimCity 2000. I want to say it was for Super Nintendo. Don't quote me on that. But I played that. I played the shit out of that game to the point where, you know, basically the console was like overheating and it was only playing like maybe 2 or 3 frames per second. So really pushing the limits of an SNES. And then from there, I got into cities like years ago. And yeah, it's just such a chill thing to do. Like, now don't get it twisted. I love shooting games. I love action games. I love rogue games. There's all different types that I like to play, but man, there's just something nice about sitting down and just fucking building a city. Yep, I'll hold the screen there. In fact, I'm gonna give you just a few minutes to take a look. I'm just gonna go grab a quick drink, and I'll be back in like probably 2 minutes. There's like a weird 30-second lag between what you say and the game, so I'll give some time for that to filter out, and then I'll be right back. Hey. Oh, there it goes. My mic shit the bed there for a second. Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. I totally agree. Yeah, so initially this was a good solution, when it was like a smaller city. Yeah, I 100% agree with you on that. Oh yeah, this is definitely all sorts of fucked up over here. Yeah, I got some highway plans. Over there. I guess this restaurant's just putting it down, bro. A lot of people over here. It's called the burned bean. That's hilarious. It's like, bro, they make the best burnt beans I've ever burned before. Yeah, unfortunately I can't really fix anything until this game writes itself back up again. Right. Yeah, that's exactly what I want to know. What are they selling in there, my friend? It's like, yeah, they put a little extra speed in the beans. I'll show you some crazy stuff. I'm gonna save this. Save game. Oops. Oops. Let me show you the last one I was building. Where was it? I probably got 1,000 different autosaves. I think I need to put a cap on my autosaves. It makes it very difficult to find things. Let's see. Where was it at? 324. So this city's so large that I literally just can't do a whole lot anymore. Now keep in mind too that this next city that I'm loading was one of the maybe the second or third city that I had built. So you were gonna see some not great things. But yeah, this is the monstrosity. I honestly don't even know where to start. Like, this is bonkers. That's not all bad. Like, some of the areas I like, but it just doesn't work the way I want it to. Like, so like this airport, now you can see the fucking craziness. But yeah, you can tell probably wasn't the best at city planning just then. But let's see, I don't even remember. Okay, so this was my, if I remember right, this was like my industrial area. So basically the idea is all of these industrial places kind of flow into this area. I also don't think that these docks work the way that they normally would. But yeah, I have this on 3 times speed and you can see like how slow it actually is. Where else? So I really liked this layout. I thought this was really cool. But apparently I'm just short, like, workers, I guess, or educated workers. Okay, where did I start from here? Oh my god, where was it? It was probably wherever the most legitimate intersection was. So if you see like a well-made intersection, that wasn't me. I think I started... I want to say I probably started right over here, maybe. This one was a very long time ago. Yeah, because this was the later portion. Because you can see, like, if you look at this area, how it's laid out, it's still a little wonky, but it's laid out way better than like stuff over here. You know what I mean? So as I progressed, I was able to make it a little bit nicer. Let's see. What else? Yeah, this one was bonkers. I like this area. This area was nice. I designed it to be just like a small little mining town. So you got like industry and mining here, and then you got like your houses and all that stuff over on this side. And I always connect different parts of places with walkways, because I feel like, I don't know if it actually does, but I feel like that will drop your traffic, you know, if people don't actually have to drive in cars. Oh, this area right here, this is my favorite though. I absolutely love this little part. Let me just turn all this stupid shit off. So like, I love the way this skyline looks. Like that looks fucking cool. Like, sure, the game doesn't really function at this point because it's too big, but at least this looks cool. Computer is, if it wasn't hot in the room before, I'm cooking now. Yeah, this whole area, this little bay area, I like this whole spot. So you'll see I kind of have some, so this is what I was talking about when I was like, if I get my structure down first, then what I'll do is I'll put in public transit, see how the roads react, and then I'll come back through, and then I'll just add like these little on and off, you know, little bypasses that go north and south. So this actually turned out to be a pretty good design where you have a much larger center line that goes like internal of the city, and then you just have raised access points. It's actually kind of how Texas is designed. They've got like fucking hundreds of bridges out there. But yeah, I think that this part right here is probably my favorite. Probably experiencing some major lag here. There's like a bunch of dead people over here. Good lord. What's crazy is, let me show you my trains. Yeah, so I got a pretty extensive train line that runs all throughout the city. So this goes through, goes down, drops off. There's a station here. Actually, this little spot's pretty cool too. Oh wait, that was what I was just showing you. Never mind. Yeah, but like, I don't know that there's a way to actually save this city at this point. But it's, you know, it's a testament to like, I mean, the engine runs pretty well for like, if you think about it, you know, the massive size of it all. And then I've got, let's do an underground view here. Where are my subways? I do believe, where is it at? Yeah, I also have subways that are trams, subways, and buses, and all manner of stuff. But yeah, so this is my biggest one. Now, I would ideally, I would like to make a city that's this large, but that is definitely more organized. I mean, like, this is insane. Like, and then like, I get it. There are cities that are kind of like this, but there's no reason. And then, so I got Wise, and there is another, wait, where is this modified? There's another city. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely got to put a cap on my autosaves. Of course, have to get through all of this. There we go. Cushington Heights. This one was a good one. I don't know if you've noticed the theme in all of my naming conventions in my cities there. So yeah, this one was Cushington Heights. It's like one of the ones I started. But again, you see, like I didn't lay things out efficiently to start with. I was like, oh, I need a bridge here, and I need a bridge there, and I need this to go there, and that to go there, and it just none of it really made sense. So I sort of reevaluate every time I do another map. I'm like, okay, this is what I did good, this is what I didn't do well, some things I could do better. I do like this little neighborhood here. It's pretty cool. But again, most of my trouble with towns is just traffic. I think it's less city building and more trying to figure out how to fix the traffic. You just try to do a little bit better each time. Yeah, I try not to have any houses on main roads, and that's kind of what happened here. Is I started losing a lot of money. I got kind of nervous with it, and I just started putting houses everywhere. So like these are all supposed to not have anything. These are all supposed to lead to a different cell. So similar to how this one is. So that's how I wind up building. There's only one way in and out of any given neighborhood. So same thing over here. There's only one way in and out. Because traffic, it's counterintuitive, because you're like, okay, well, it'll be faster just to have people exit this way over on this side. But what winds up happening is the traffic is just like, oh, there's an extra road here, and they just fucking go. They kind of go wherever it is they want to go to, you know? Yeah, this one's not too bad. Let me see another one. Yeah, population is pretty high on these. Let's see. Let's go back to name for a second. Let's see. Puffington. Oh, this one was good. This one was getting large. I see. That's the thing, is I was like, I should stick with it and just keep building. But then I'm like, nah. Well, let's start over. Yeah, this one was. I like this one. So the feature of this city is this right here. This is fucking sweet. You can imagine driving through like this road and just seeing all these like nice buildings on the side, you know? Yeah, this don't like yeah, we call this Spaghetti Alley. So this is a city that you don't want to drive in. Seriously. Believe it or not, everything has a rhyme and a reason. Let me see where all these cars go. Interesting. It's weird it's not showing the vehicles inside the tunnels like it usually is. So yeah, I have a full road bypass that goes from all the main highway, and then it goes all the way up out through here. Dumps in over the city over here. Then you can kind of get in and around once you get to this area here. So this is a better example of like a larger city that I've started planning a little bit better. You know, it still has its flaws. You know, there's definitely some stuff to work on. You know, like I don't know what the fuck this monstrosity is, but yeah. And I don't know why too. I feel like this is such a nice little quaint neighborhood right here. I actually have a buddy of mine that plays cities as well, and all of his cities just look real. Like they look like real cities. Like I don't know how to describe it, but like if you look at my city, you'd say, "Oh, like this looks kind of cool," or like, "Oh, that's impressive," but like it doesn't necessarily look like real. And just the way that he designs them is just very good. Like I typically overtake him in, you know, like population, things like that. But as far as just looking like a legitimate city, he does a really good job. And I cannot outdo him on that. He just has a really good knack for it. Oh, spicy meatball. Yeah, I think this is where I left off last time. So I try to do that thing where like I build like the middle of it really wide or like tall buildings, then I have shorter buildings to the sides here. A lot of dead folks apparently. Like, how many crematoriums can you have? I got one on that block. See, I got a crematorium on every block, and you're telling me there's still dead bodies? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Is there's a lot of hard stop points. There's definitely like this is definitely a little bit better. If that's what you're talking about, where you just have more flowing roads that allow people to get on and off. Like, well, this is kind of an awkward stop, but a little tram. Yeah, I think this definitely has potential if I could get like less people dying. Oh, oh no, she crashed. Ooh, that was a hard crash. Well, damn. Guess we'll fire it back up. Shit. computer was like, yo, bro, seriously? And I was like, yeah. So it's interesting that you say that about the economy patch. I'm not sure what the economy patch did. I know, so I hadn't picked up cities in several months and played it. So I know they've done a lot. I know they've done stuff with like traffic and things like that. But I know like I feel like it's the same problem with like taxis. You know, like whatever value they have set for taxis is too high. And so I think whatever value they have set for the death rate might be a little too high. Or it could also just be conducive to having a city that is that large. Like maybe the traffic can't get to where it needs to go. I know that happens with like garbage. Like it's a little glitchy, you know. I also think that the simulation kind of goes off the walls, specifically when you have, um, such a high population. It has a tendency just to freak out. It's like, hey, we need 800 garbage trucks all on one road, and you're like, okay, well that literally makes zero sense. So let me get this loaded again. Back to Beers. Ah, there we are. This is the one I was working on. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand this and make this like a large downtown area. And then I'm going to put like a dock over on this side. Or two different docks. I'll put a dock over here for my manufacturing. And then I'll put a dock over here. Yeah, I just think it's the simulation. Yeah, you just have these huge death spikes. Which sucks, because like if it's in a specific part of the game, it'll completely tank your economy. I mean, which makes sense, but... Yeah, as soon as this loan clears up, I'm gonna start building some highways, making some changes. It'll take a little bit to climb out of that hole, but we're getting there. Services. Yep, that interest is chewing us up. I think the thing that bugs me most about the first Cities games is that their roads were just so frustrating to work with. Like they would always go wonky. Like you'd do your best to like really nudge in, one of the roads, and it would like snap in a weird place, or it would just be like, no. It would just flat out be like, no, you can't do that. I was like, what do you mean I can't? It's just a straight edge. I think if anything could be improved, I think it would be how the roads interact. I mean, I certainly don't have the answers, but it definitely seems like there are times where there's roads that can be made that don't get made, and it's very frustrating because you're like, I literally need a centimeter for it to connect, and it's just like, PTFO, not happening. Like, alright, cool. Cool. We'll do that. Hey, we actually popped green for once. Holy shit. And so this is what I was talking about earlier, is when the game will slowly start making equilibrium. Let's back up to 11. 10. Should bump. That should bump any second now. Yeah, I've seen some really good road mods. There's ones where you can actually dictate where the turning and turn in and turn off lanes are. So I'm not sure if it's for Cities 2, but I know Cities 1 has an extensive list of mods. Thank God for the community. Yeah, now it's literally just about chilling, waiting for that money to come back. So when you take out those loans, you just can't get scary when you get in the red. It'll come back. It's just going to take some time. But the not having water issue is substantially it's a problem. It was so funny because that happened exactly when my money went low. The water was like goodbye. But like I said, it doesn't make any sense. I have enough water, right? And I have enough sewage treatment. So is that a bug too? Like, or is it just I need another one of these fucking things? Water tower. Yeah, I have seen City Planner plays. That guy is amazing. I'm always blown away by his city builds. I was like, I am like a fraction of the skill level that guy is. I've seen some crazy stuff that guy's built. And it all works really well too. It's all super efficient. It's like nice and clean. There's trees everywhere. It's like the dude puts it in for real, like hardcore. I don't think I've seen City Sculptor. I've definitely seen City Planner plays though. Like he's awesome. Do you play any like FPS games or anything else? Do you play any RPGs? Like what, or is it just typically city builders you're into? Because I stream a whole bunch of different stuff. I was probably going to be switching gears here in like the next half hour. Maybe playing some Scare Ritual or just something a little bit more adrenaline inducing. Magnolia Count. Ooh, that even sounds fancy, man. Apex. So I've heard of Apex. That's a pretty big game, if I'm not mistaken, right? It's a PvP shooter, correct? Magnolia County still sounds fucking sweet though. Yeah, no, I never did play. I'd never played Apex. I know it's a huge game. If I'm not mistaken, they play like leagues, right? Like they play professional tournaments and stuff like that. Isn't it? Didn't they do that during like there was some game tournament or something? I'm a terrible streamer in that regard. I'm totally not with a bunch of stuff. I'm just kind of out here doing me, so I don't follow a lot. But I know it's definitely huge. Oh, it's not about being good, man. As long as you have a good time. I'm not super great at shooting games either. There are times I can hold my own, but if you put me up against, some of these young kids out here playing on like a tablet, I get fucking destroyed. I mean, I was playing Farlight 84 for a while, which was really good. Kind of a fast-paced PvP shooter. Shatterline is another really good PvE PvP game. Oh yeah, man. So I think the next Steam sale. I think they just wrapped up summer sale not too long ago, so I think the next one should be coming up. I'm pretty certain they have a city building sale coming in the next weeks. Don't quote me on that. In fact, give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna look that up. I'm pretty sure though that they have another. Let me see what we got here. Steam sale list. Current Steam sales. Here we go. Excuse me. Let's see. I think the next one is. Let's see. There's Rhythm Fest, which is August 19 through 26, so that's going to be over soon. Then Space Fest between the 2nd and 9th of September. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles Fest, which is 16 through 23 September. I'm trying to find one if there's a festival. I think they may have already done City Builder Fest, actually. Oh, sweet. I was not in the game. Just got that loan paid off. Back that up a little bit. Oop, not so high. Let's see if I could work this out. Yeah. Alrighty.
Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement. A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution.
Yeah, so these are the
stay off the streets until
the next dates coming up here.
This has been a local public service announcement.
So we've got, yeah, these are kind of all the sales that are coming through. Steam Rhythm Fest, Space Exploration Fest.
We're live, and we're getting reports.
Oh, probably help if I got my window in the right window.
Somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you.
There we go. That looks a little better. Yeah, so this will be the stuff coming up.
For our feature story, we're on the streets with Kim this hour, taking the pulse of the city.
Autumn
So,
sale.
what's the word on the street?
Let's see.
Tell me.
Idler Fest.
It's more what I'm smelling, Glenda. I have to say, it just plain stinks around here.
City Builder and Colony Sim.
Citizens agree.
7 months from now. But let's see. Let's see if it actually features anything.
Diapers, biscuits, and oh God, I can't stand to think about it, let alone smell it. And the piles of filth just keep growing and growing and growing. And
Yeah, so before too long, man, you'll be able to snag a copy of that.
You heard it here, folks. We're not doomed. It's still pretty stinky, though.
That's good to hear, Kim. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, I was always a sucker for the Cities game, so I bought it like I knew it was going to be buggy. Yeah, I knew it was going to be buggy when I first bought it, but like it didn't really matter to me. You know what I mean? Like I just knew I was going to enjoy it enough that the bugs wouldn't bother me. So I just got it. I was like, done and done. Yeah, dude, you should totally grab it, man. It's worth it. I mean, you figure, I'm not sure what it's costing nowadays, but even at like $50, I figure I'm gonna get likely thousands of hours out of it. You know what I mean? So I think it's totally worth it. I was just a dirty slut, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to have this. It's trying. Slowly but surely. Just gotta let the game hit that equilibrium, baby. Oh, man. Fuck me, man. I've eaten way too much McDonald's. I feel fucking like a sack right now. Hey, that's what I was looking for. The break even. We want this to keep going up though. You fuck with me on this. Sometimes I find it helpful just to threaten the game itself. Don't you fucking do this to me. Let's see. My God, they want to see a doctor or something. Psh, jeez. Oh, it's loud. They want to see a doctor and they're thirsty. What a bunch of whiners complaining about not having the basic essentials to live. Good Lord, for shame. End sarcasm. Yeah. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take I'll find a bus. Looks like a bus. I'll select that bus. Does it cost to plant trees in game? Yeah, I think it does cost to plant trees. But if I want to give somebody a tour of the city, let's turn that off. Bro, this bus driver whips it. Oh, speaking of trees. Let's see if I'm gonna break even yet. We're almost there. Gonna start building some bypasses. I think, just double check, if I'm not mistaken, one of these was being emptied. That's right. That's what I want to do. Yes. Okay. Just waiting for that to pop. Right? Yeah, stopped over at the spot. Took care of business. Grabbed me a little something, just a little something. That chronic back pain ain't gonna cure itself. Might as well just fucking go into oblivion. Tell me how I'm making 19,000 an hour, but I'm still 17,000. This is some scam shit. That's hilarious. That makes 0 sense, but okay. Yeah, I gotta clean all this shit up over here. Okay, there's something weird going on over here I have to address as well. Okay, this isn't terrible. That's flowing pretty good. So yeah, these areas definitely need a little bit of love here. But how though? Oh yeah, this over here. I fucked up this. This isn't supposed to be the way it's supposed to be. Is this the spot you were talking about?
Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes. Don't touch that dial.
And on to
Yo,
our
this makes no sense. How am I making plus 31,000 an hour while my fund's still going down? What the fuck is going on here?
To our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
We're live, and we're
I have a surplus of almost $1 million a month.
Somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been
Oh,
dispatched,
yeah.
and traffic flow should
Yeah,
return
sometimes
to
the
normal.
ads,
But
like
if
the
you're
commercials, are pretty good.
planning a quick trip out,
Oftentimes I
you
turn them
might
off
want
because
to
you get
wait
tired
a
of hearing of them, but every now and again I leave them on.
You are
Haven't heard them in a while.
No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays.
So I am raking in money, and literally I'm still losing money somehow. That is wild to me. So this game's really good at breaking stuff down. It'll actually tell you like what you're producing and what you have. So like material goods, what you're short in. Then immaterial goods. So apparently we don't produce any, we don't have any retail stores. What? Very little retail, very little entertainment. We'll have to fix that too. But this is wild. Is it bugging out on me or something weird? Like... Oh yeah, yeah. If you go to it's your well, no, what is it? Now I'm gonna have trouble finding it. Your production tab. It'll go through. It'll tell you all of everything that you're doing. So like, if you notice you have, then it'll show you what you're short in. So this is gonna be stuff that you're gonna have to import. So you know, you might say, okay, well, instead of importing a bunch of stuff, let me go ahead and build more wheat farms, let's say, right? Now, some of it I think is just to the whim of like whatever the game is doing. So like, I don't know how to control the amount of retail stores or how to control the amount of lodging, you know, that type of stuff there is. Yo, look at this, is crazy. I mean, if I make it 25,000 an hour and I'm still somehow losing money, that makes no sense. Even in the budget panel, it's telling me that I have a net gain. Right? Am I like reading this wrong? I should have I should be plus almost $1 million, and it just keeps going down. What is going on? This is wild. Right? Like, that's not just me, right? That looks weird. Like, it should be, I should be gaining funds, right? Not losing funds at this juncture if I'm up 26,000 an hour, right? Yeah, let me see if I can bump it. Let me see. I mean, I can drop this down a hair.
We interrupt this program to
So you can
bring you
actually go
special
in
bulletins.
here, which is kind of
Fire
cool.
rescue service
And you can just
reports
tax
fires are
different
currently
places,
spreading in the nearby forest.
like different
Billowing
branches.
clouds of smoke
Like tax the
pose serious
media.
health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation is under control.
Yeah, it's this weird, like... Yeah, this seems, I don't know, seems bugged. I mean, I know I still owe on loans, but it's saying in my budget panel I have a net gain of 400,000. Okay, 3 milli. And it's crazy that my population is just booming right now because half the city doesn't have water. So bump up slightly. That did help a little bit. $71? Nope. Wow. Is that loan? Wait, do I have, are these just, oh, I'm not in the hole. Why is that? Hold on a second. I think this is glitching out in some weird way. I'm just gonna try something here for a second. Okay, so it's so weird that it's showing in red. So yeah, that's the money I'm making. So I've had money this whole time. There's just not like a negative. That's so weird. That's the first time I've seen it do that. So I actually have that money. Like, so this is what I was gonna do. Oh no, in business. Anything's a little better. Oh goodness, let's see, what time is it here? It's about 2 o'clock. Well, listen, man, I got to get some lunch in me and take care of some stuff around the house, so I'm probably going to save and log out here. So yeah, man. Well, shit, dude, I appreciate you coming in and chit-chatting for a bit and watching the stream. I'd be happy to have you again, but I'm gonna go ahead and take off for now, man. You enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and hope your Monday through Friday goes smooth as well. All right, man. Take care.